Hey everybody, just tuning in and saying what's up. Welcome to LipglossNmics, and I have an awesome artist tonight from West Side, of course, California. You're gonna hear the first song, Cocaine Epidemic, which is Typhoon, which is our guest tonight, and he's featuring Lil Flip. Now I know y'all remember Lil Flip, so you know that this music is gonna have some bass to it. You know what I mean? It's gonna have some lyrical content, and I see Lil Flip be doing his thing too. So I want y'all to check out Cocaine Epidemic, and then I will have Typhoon on the line.
Hey Typhoon, this that shit they don't like us to talk about. The truth.
We got beats.
This shit'll set you
I got so many
free.
loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living.
We hustle hard for that paper, what you know about it? Give me a brick and watch me get some extra O's about it. My uncle smoking rocks, my cousin sniffing powder. When they withdrawals kick in, that's when they get louder. The rent due, but my mama 300 short. I stuck my chest like a man, I had to play my part. The government, the biggest dope dealers on the planet. My countertops was wood, now everything granted. There's plenty junkies in my hood, they like zombies. That's why I keep a knife like Crocodile Dundee. What up, Bum B? We miss you, Pimp C. I had a pocket full of stones in my Grand Prix. In 9-5, I had a trap house in Belize. My own parents ain't know I trapped overseas. But dig this, I only hustle cause I have. I'm watching reruns of Bill Russ while I'm getting
I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. That yellow bass rock. It's been a cocaine epidemic. Getting money in the hood. In the Benz limo tinted. 150 for the quarter, 350 for the zone. It's been many days dealing with the Pyrex over the stove. Triple B leaning. Turning good hearts into stone. Look at Bobby and Whitney. A picture perfect turquoise. My cousin smoking in public with one leg. His mind gone. They trying to catch me riding dirty with a trunk full of zones. Since 84 it's been global. Like cancer is local. If it wasn't so many snitches, I wouldn't be a felon. Governors and senators and so cocaine driven. But in the feds set up surveillance to see how I'm living. So free all my niggas that's locked up in prison who tried to find a better way, got caught up in the system. Since President Reagan, it's been about money. The birds been flying and days been I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up whole life and some just living. It's a cocaine epidemic.
Alright, y'all, that was Typhoon featuring Lil Flip. Typhoon will be with us. I was just talking to him, and you know, I gotta say, the funniest thing I love about doing radio at different stations and all over is because the time zones, okay? And let me tell you, like, you know, some of y'all might have that shit down to point, okay? And you might have the East Coast, West Coast, you know, all this stuff down to point as far as time. But you know what? I still get stuck on military time, okay? And then it's like when I give out the interview times and stuff, and I forget, like, you know, even Canada, even Las Vegas, everywhere is like different time zones. So we just chatted, and he's like, Kels, he said, you said 10 o'clock. And I said, yeah, it's 10 o'clock here, past 10 o'clock. He said, oh my. And he's driving on the highway, talking on the phone, and, you know, now remind you, he's got one of those new Benzes and a Porsche, so it's like, he just wrecked one of them not too long ago, and he got a $175 ticket for being on the phone. So I guess in Cali, they really push that stuff. Don't be getting caught on your phone, okay? So I said, well, look, so I got to give him a couple of minutes so that he's going to pull over so we can do the interview. That's what I'm talking about. This is the reality radio, okay? It's not all staged. It's not all script. It's just we do what we do, okay? And I'm just really excited about it because I've been working with this customer for like 4 months. And it's just funny, you know, you work with people, you see things. Sometimes you'll be talking every day, and then sometimes you won't talk. I also want you to go to iHeartRadio and look up LipglossNmics, and you will see I just posted, they're all lined up for the next couple of weeks, but you figure by October, you'll have like, I did an interview with Bedley, the station manager. I did an interview with Mina B. She's out of Miami. Just in case you missed these interviews, you know what I mean? You'll be able to pick them up at iHeartRadio and Spotify. So I share the links, and let me tell you, you know, people say, oh, you got to be on live radio. Let me tell you, my shows that I end up finally leaving on Spotify, and for the blessing for the station in California that they believed in me, you know, and then he put me into a bunch of stuff. It's like, let me tell you, my iHeart account, I've had some of those interviews downloaded like 700 times. I'm not even an artist, so that feels good. And I know it ain't no 1,000, but you know what? There's people following me, you know, and I like that. I love it because, you know what? I try so hard. And this year has been such a big, let me tell you, I know you got to have faith, okay? And my grandmother used to always tell me, it doesn't matter if it has to. And I'm not trying to be all, you know, getting everybody into religion. I don't like to fight about religion, but you know what? If you gotta have faith, okay? I don't care who you believe in. If you're Chinese and you believe in Buddha, if you're this, you believe in that. If you're Jehovah, whatever you are, have faith in something, a higher being, okay? And as long as you have that, it could be the littlest mustard seed, okay? Things will be okay. Stop worrying about things, because you know what? As long as you have every day and you thank God, the moment you wake up that you have another day, that's another day. That's another 24 hours to accomplish any goals that you're trying to hit. So it's like, man, be grateful for that. People be grateful for the wrong things. Y'all think it's materialistic shit. Let me tell you, I'm more sentimental. Like, I might have something that's like 20 years old that somebody in my family gave me. Like my grandmother's colander, my grandmother's spoon. She had these Portuguese iced teaspoons, okay? I only got 2 of them, but you know what? Those teaspoons, they're long, knowing that they were from Portugal, knowing that she used them all the time in these certain, it's a good memory for me. That shit mean more to me than you go buying me $1,000 whatever, okay? But people these days are just, I don't know, it's just crazy. But I'm going to let you hear his next song called I Hustle, and then we'll try to get him back, see if he pulled over. But it's been a rough year, not bad things. I mean, you know, we all go through good and bad, but whew, what a year. And I'm ready, though. Fourth quarter is going to be amazing. I'm booked till October. I still got a couple of openings. There's new shows coming on. Just a lot of stuff going on, and it's a good thing. And always be happy for people. Because you know what? The ones that are miserable, just remember, good always overdoes bad, no matter how bad you got to go through. Good always, even though it feels like it ain't fair because you're doing the right thing and you see everybody else doing crazy shit, it's okay. And don't forget, stay on and join me at 11 as well. I have a a beautiful black woman that has made a stand to write a book about schools and what teenagers and children go through and how they get, you know, picked on and bullied, and then, you know, how they got to face all the changes, you know, in their teens, and then, you know, with the recent happenings of the school shootings. And she wrote a book, and I'm really happy to have her as a guest tonight, because that's what I mean. It's not just about, it's everybody has a talent, everybody has something. Find your purpose and just go with it. Don't let people talk you down. What are they doing with their lives? You know what I mean? I keep a very small circle, and I don't have a lot of company. And that's okay. I'm happy with that. But, all right, let me let you hear I Hustle, again, by Typhoon. And hopefully he'll be pulled over and we'll be ready to roll when we get back.
I paid for it. It's mine, nigga. I've been up all night on the grind, nigga. I hustle for it. I hustle for it. I
coupe thing, mine no money. Just cop that new thing, money still coming in these streets, literally. Stacking paper tall as trees, smoking buds off the tree, off that loud, that purple leaf. Head back from Vegas, papered up like Angus. Rubber bands don't work, my bank my paper. About to hit the south to invest my paper. Buy a couple buses and about 100 acres. Then jump off that jet, look hella famous. That Benz coupe, I hustle for it. That Lexo, I hustle for it. That big body, I hustle for it. Got off my ass and went got that paper for it. Them jewels on me, I hustle for it. That 100 rounds, I hustle for it. Went got that cash, came up with the money for it. I used to play with bands, now I play with duffel boys. Just cop that new ring, most deaf, I paid for it. Being broke, I can't afford it. I paid for it, it's mine, nigga. I been up all night on the grind, nigga. I hustle for it, I hustle for it. I said I hustle for it, I hustle for it. I paid for it, it's mine, nigga. I been up all night on the grind, nigga. I hustle for it, I hustle for it. I said I hustle for it, I hustle for it. Raised in San Francisco, that city by the water. I remember that day they cut off mom's water. I couldn't wash my clothes, I couldn't take a shower. My folks knocked at the door and said he got that powder. I said, oh, we need a soda. Then we got A1 Yola. Now we on the corner like we is the owners. Pockets getting lumpy, haters looking funny. Caught my first cannon from OG Sunny. I'm from that city where we push them drop large. Old schools, I'm in that candy paint with the seat back. Top gone in all black, opposite for draw and cognac. Sitting high like Big Shack, you a small fry to a Big Mac. That pinky ring cost 10,000, them blue D's up in that. That electric coupe came with low miles, dipped it in all black. You know how I pay for it, don't worry about all that. Just know that I'm grinding in the pitch black and all black. I paid for it, it's mine, nigga. I been up all night on the grind, nigga. I hustle for it, I hustle for it. I said I hustle for it, I hustle for it. I paid for it, it's mine, nigga. I been up all night on the grind, nigga. I hustle for it, I hustle for it. I said I hustle for it, I hustle for it.
Alright, y'all, and we're back. And I just wanted to tell you the name of it again. It's called I Hustle. That will be coming soon. And you heard it all tonight, okay, for the first time. So, again, that was by Typhoon, Hustle. Typhoon, you with me?
Yes.
He's here. Okay, so I told him all about the whole, being in transition and being in the highway. And, I was like, no, it's 10 o'clock. Because I get screwed up on the time zones all the time.
Yeah, I was most definitely thrown off by that too. And just being in the city life out here is just a lot. Be moving around and moving kind of fast out here. So I'm like everywhere, trying to just get things established and get my coins up and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Well, anyways, y'all, this has been a long-awaited interview, and I'm sure there'll be more because he has a bunch of projects on the go. Typhoon has had a song, Cocaine Epidemic, featuring Lil Flip, that we're about to release. When do you think? A couple weeks?
Yeah, I'd say give about 2 or 3 weeks. It should be out there in stores and online most definitely, all through iTunes and I believe 41 main websites like Amazon, Rhapsody and all those good things.
And Spotify and
Yep.
And it's also going to be on blog sites. So all your top blog sites, you'll see that. That brings me up to doing live things. As artists grow, as y'all do that, you need to be more interactive with social media, and blog sites. Everybody thinks they don't need to do it anymore, and that's wrong. Because people that like to read magazines, they be going to blog sites. It's a lot easier to sit in the doctor's office with your phone, or sit wherever, you know what I mean, with your phone, rather than trying to, search for all kinds of stuff, you can just sit there and read stuff. It's like a magazine online,
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
All right, so tell me, Tad, where did you start with music? How long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music for a while now. I would say at least about 15 years. But I come from the underground, so I did stuff like with Herm Lewis, and I was like West Coast Block Boys. That was, it was kind of late in 2000s, when they started doing that movement with Master P, and Herm Lewis and Master P came together before. Master P even came with the Ice Cream Man. He was out there in Richmond, California, and I was from the Bay Area, so, everybody started coming together and just putting tracks together and making things happen. So, I came up around that time, and then, I was just featuring on a lot of albums and stuff, and then I just said, okay, I did the last album featured on Back and Strive again with Herm Lewis. I just, I said, let me go in and try to put my own stuff together. So, again, just, being a hustler I am, I stacked my coins up, and I just came out with my own label and everything with Blockstorm Entertainment. You can go to www.blockstormentertainment.com and be able to catch more of what I've been doing. I'm still doing a little bit, still under construction a little bit, but yeah, so I started doing that, and then I pushed out my first album, which, again, people ain't heard from this. It's been out for a minute. It's on iTunes, and it's called T-Type, Typhoon T-Type. So that was like one of my first projects. And then, from there, just going to venues and grinding in the streets and stuff. I ran into a guy named Kev Epps, and he did one of my first videos on that album. And then me talking to him, he got me to some other people, and I wind up getting involved with Bone Thugs and Harmony and them, and getting on the Life Entertainment, which is ran by Crazy Bone. So start traveling and doing tours with them, and being in their hometown in Cleveland, and traveling back and forth and doing that. Then I got back, to my soil, which is the Bay Area, and started touching with artists out there, which was very meaningful because that's where my background at. So I started doing stuff with Rapid Forte, JT the Bigger Figure, Looney Coleon, and Killer Tay, and just all these known Bay Area artists that was doing a lot of stuff. So, me getting up, trying to grind, that's what happened. And I started doing stuff, start putting my stuff together, and I say it still continues. So, I still haven't really been noticed yet through the music in the streets. It's kind of big out here in the Bay Area, just dealing with independent people like me. I've never got involved with a major label, and when I was dealing with, as I deal with Bone and them still today, I was just affiliated, just through my music and just dealing with them. So I never initially signed certain things, which will put me to where I had to exclusively deal with them and only them. So they still let me be able to play the field, which is a blessing because a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So I do have countless interviews and videos and stuff with Bone and them, and we actually all got a song together called In the Streets. It's on YouTube and everything right now. You can check out Typhoon / Crazy Bone, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and you will see me popped up with interacting with everybody, and also dealing with people like Lil Flip and Soulja Boy and things like that. So, like I say, I just been making plays and putting paint where it wasn't at the time, and that's what I'm still doing today. And I had to still reshape myself, so I'm still just doing me. It's a hard grind, when you're not up under the eyes of a big deal, and I'm just still continually trying to hustle. So that song, I Hustle, that's my life. I live that. This is what I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? These are the struggles being in a impoverished area in the Bay Area, and that's what I continue to do, is just grind until I really get out there like I need to be.
Right. Now, is that how you met Lil Flip, so that you could come up with Cocaine Epidemic, or how did that all progress?
Oh, okay. So me and Lil Flip, like I said, I've been power moving. I done touch hands with people like Rick Ross and, BG and a lot of people,
Well, I think I just need to stop traveling with you.
So what happened was me and Bone and them, we went out to do some promoting out there in Las Vegas. And when we went out there to Las Vegas to do some promoting, you know, that's when we ran into people like Jim Jones, Pusha T, and all them folks, and Lil Flip. So Lil Flip most definitely knew, you know, some of the people already through Bone and them. And, you know, we somehow just got to talking and stuff because actually we was at a magic event. This is a magic convention. This is where people give seminars for clothing lines and you know, people that's trying to push their music or whatever they do. That's where you do it. It was at Mandalay Bay out there in Vegas. So
it's like a magic show?
Well, see, people get thrown off when it's say magic. It was a magic convention, so it dealt with like a cool, like T.I. line was out there, Jay-Z line, Rockwell was out there. You know, it was it was clothing mixed with urban.
Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, they even had like wrestling out there. Like it was all kind of stuff out there. I mean,
that sounds kind of fun.
It was beautiful. It was fun. Like I touched a lot of hands dealing with that. So you know, we went out there actually to just get more sponsors. You know, and that's how I ran into Lil Flip. And you know, me being from the Bay, you know, I just walked up to him, you know, like I normally walk up to everybody else, and just let him know what I do. You know, and see if there's any way we can. You know, make some things come together, and he was most definitely on board to do it, you know, so we did the paperwork, we got all that out the way, and boom, we started dropping it, and that's how me and him was able to get things established, which we did.
All right, so that's how you did all that, and then you just started, now that's what you're working on now, and you have a video coming to it too, right?
Yeah, we thought about doing a video, that's still in the air. You know, like I say, was one thing about people like what we do, you know, just as, you know, artists and stuff, I move around a lot, and, you know, he move around a lot, so we have to, until we can get that perfect date executed, then we can make that happen. Until then, we still making moves. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to connect the dots on that. But if not, I got to continue to keep doing what I'm doing, and he got to continue to keep doing what he's doing. So hopefully, in the future, we might have that, or we might have something totally different with a video. We never know what the future brings right now.
Right, especially he's been on the move too lately, I see.
Yeah, he most definitely have. You know, he's been on the move too. We most definitely had chatted back and forth on concerning the project that I've been dealing with him. And, you know, again, he a busy guy. He got a lot of things going on, and I got a lot of things going on. So just dealing with what's in front of us sometimes, you know, slow us down from what we're trying to do because there's something right in front of us that we got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I totally feel that. So as far as, I mean, how do you feel about the music industry as far as you doing it indie on your own? Like, what would be your biggest challenge?
I mean, it's a good grind, you know. It's like my biggest challenge right now is just knowing, and I'm never worried about no competition. It's just being able to get your music pushed out in various areas all at one time or at the same time. And sometimes it costs a couple of dollars to really make that happen. You know, and by me being independent, we're saying I still got a life. I still got bills I have to take care of as a man. You know, so I got to look at that, and then I got to look at, okay, what else can I do to make sure the world hearing what I'm doing? Now, it got so many outlets out here that it's hard for an artist, especially indie artist, if he ain't got a big motor behind him, and I mean a big motor is like someone like Jay-Z who got all these people working for him. If you ain't got all that, it's going to take a minute for you to be able to touch everybody at one time. You know, so all I can do is work at God's pace and continue to keep my music pushing and just don't stop, you know, and hopefully it get to that part to where, okay, either it hit on a viral note or, you know, the right people get behind me to push it like it needs to be pushed. You know, because that's another thing dealing with these labels sometimes where people don't understand. It's best to be independent like I'm doing it than be up under a label any day because you're not really working for yourself being under a label. You know, you're working for them and you can't even sit down when you want to sit down dealing with that. You know, not saying that it's a good and a bad thing. It's that, you know, sometimes we have things we need to do as grown-ups, and we're not able to do it because we owe people. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you up under a contract, you up under somebody that need their money back. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to flex and floss and be me and still be able to make good music and make sure the world is hearing me for who I am.
Oh wow, okay. So now, do you plan on doing some more collabs?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Plan on doing some more collabs. Most definitely. The last person I dealt with, what I've still been working on some stuff with, trying to get established, is with Jada Kiss, and just still, I was supposed to tap in with Jim Jones to get some stuff, and then people want me to deal with some people in the Bay Area still, and things like that, and try to catch up with people like Snoop and out there in LA and stuff. So, I got some peoples that still reaching out and bumping heads with people to try to get some things established and help a good brother out. Like I say, if you don't have that big motor, it's hard sometimes to be able to spread your wings like you want to. But like I said, by me working at God's pace right now, I think everything gonna come together. But to answer your question, most definitely, I am going to be doing some more collabos.
That's good. That's good. I know you move around a lot too, because even him and I have a hard time catching up every Monday. We're supposed to be catching up like every Monday for a conference call so we can stay on the same page. And don't you know, both of us, like, it's extremely, like, he's totally always on the go.
Yeah, most definitely.
And he'll be traveling.
That's just the way out here. Out here, if you're a couch potato, you get nothing out here. So from the minute I wake up to the time I go to sleep, I'm moving. And that's just how it is out here in this Cali, this Bay Area. Gotta get the first, early bird get the first worm. First of all, you know that. So if you ain't out here trying to get your money, ain't nobody about to throw nothing to you. So that's just how it is. And then pretty much out here, which make it kind of sad too for independent artists, is because it's like every man for themselves, and also enjoying a certain people. It's like almost getting yourself into a situation because everybody is somewhat affiliated in different things that might not be positive for you, might not be a positive for you. So sometimes it's good to just be alone out here and just continue to grind on your own, because if it's any problems you're going to get yourself into, it's yourself, and you won't have to get yourself in no problem with nobody else because nobody else stuff. So, that's pretty much what it is, but I love what I do, I have most definitely a deep passion for it. I'm not stopping till the world stops, and to my last breath, I'm going to keep it pushing. So people will hear me sooner or later. The sooner the better, I would say, because I keep good music. I got a lot of good music. And like I say, if you want to find me, I'm right now. My album, I still have an album named T-Type. It's on some of the 46 main websites right now. Spotify, and just go to Typhoon T-Type.
Yep.
And you'll be able to pick up, where I started at. And start getting some of this new stuff from where I'm heading.
And it's a story. It's definitely a story behind it all. So when you start listening to the Mix City, you'll pick up his style, his season, the way that, you know what I mean, and you can pretty much tell where he's coming from.
Yeah. It's crazy. Just like, I even look at people like when I was a kid, we used to listen to Too Short. How long it took for T Short to get recognized? That guy had been doing music. I was in elementary school singing his songs, and the guy didn't really make it until I got grown, and he got recognized through Lil Jon and them, and that wasn't even in the Bay Area, That was ATL when, then you start hearing Blow the Whistle. But until then, man, that boy had been coming out with 75 Girls and Born to Mac when I was a kid, and we was loving it. So it was a blessing that people like Too Short finally got that recognition,
Wow, yeah, that's kind of. So let me say, when you work, because you went past the whole Bone Thugs and Harmony, and I didn't jump in. But how was it like working? Because that's like one of my favorites. So.
Oh, them dudes are beautiful. beautiful souls, man. They got good hearts. I love their whole little format, how they, they pray together before they rock the stage.
Yeah,
eat
like
together. They really a real brotherhood. So Crazy Bone on his birthday, he flew me out to Cleveland. On his birthday, which is big to me because I wouldn't think at a status he was to be wanting to spend some time with me on his birthday. But he slapped my whole mixtape that whole day.
Wow.
And took me to one of his favorite po' boy sound spots. And we went, got a haircut, and everything. This was on his B-Day, so he showed me some love. We always been tight, you know what I'm saying? And Crazy, Wish, Flesh, Busy, all of them, them good dudes, they always showed me, they always put me as part of the family. You feel like family dealing with them, and they most definitely got beautiful music, so, it's most definitely always good to get with them guys, they always kept it positive with me, and everywhere we went, they make sure everybody is counted for, and, everybody got something where they got to go or they got to eat, they treat you good. They treat you good.
That's what's up. Like, that must be just fun traveling, you know what I mean? And just...
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's most definitely, see, me, this is, and I'm going to tell you, for any artist that's trying to be an artist, that wind up being an artist, you got to be ready to get in that air. See, I was so stuck I'm from Bayview Hunters Point in San Francisco, and I've been so stuck in my neighborhood all my life to where when I first started catching the plane, it was bothering me a little bit, to be honest, And I even had to ask Craig, like, bro, how you do this, man? He's like, man, I don't like it either, but I got to do it. And so one of my things I had to understand is for you to make money and for people to know who you are, you got to get up in that air. So flying and stuff is what they do on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying? And that was the only thing that bothered me about everything that I do. I wish I could just do music and stay right at my house and stay right in my neighborhood, but that's not the case. You have to get out in that air and get to places for people to know you, for you to interact with different people, you know what I'm saying? So, and most definitely to get paid, you get paid differently in certain areas. That's just crazy. Like, it was to the point to where, so I was on the front cover of magazine, Mandatory Business, that JT and Gucci Man that put together, and Snoop Dogg put together. And we was only selling them for $10, you know what I'm saying? And I was in certain states and they was going for 25 fast. People were just, hey, I got mine. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But the travel is crazy. The love and the celebrity status and being an artist is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But it come with a hard grind. It ain't no overnight situation. It's a real hustle, a real hard grind. Trust me.
I try to tell everybody that it's also, you can't just give up.
No. See, what people got to understand, it's easy to lay down. It's easy to give up. That's what they want you to do. They want you to lay down. They want you to go and just give up, say, forget it. And that's the easiest thing you can do. But why do that? All that work you put in, all that, for me, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't in me. I have never been a quitter. I got to, continue to push and continue to go harder and go harder and go harder. So do not give up for whatever. All these people that then made it to the top, they got stories. And you got what I've always was told, you got to put your footwork in. Some people have looked like they came right outside and it just happened. But some of them, if you look at their background, they've been grinding hard before they even got known, before somebody really snatched them up and made them become someone that they appreciate within themselves, But before that, it was, sometimes you feel like, let me hang it up, let me get it up, it ain't doing nothing. But other people see it, but you probably don't see it. But at the end of the day, just don't give up because, if you already believed you lost, that's just like me and you about the race, and if you look at me and we at the starting line and you like, oh, you about to dust me, I'm about to lose. You already lost. So don't give up.
Exactly, and that's what I tell everybody. There's so many saturated areas that have so many artists that are trying, and I keep telling them, like don't give up just because you see. Don't watch everybody else's move, because that's not going to help you. You know what I mean? Watch your own move. Keep doing for yourself, and keep pushing yourself.
Yes, you got to keep going. I mean, I'm not at the best. I'm not at the place I want to be, and the Lord knows that. But I got no intentions on stopping. Even with my livelihood, with things I got to do dealing with me and my family, ain't nothing about to stop me. I got to keep going. I might can do some days better than others, but ain't no stopping.
Nope.
Got to keep pushing.
And you've had a bunch of obstacles the last couple months.
Oh, it's been crazy. Man, it's been overwhelmingly crazy. But things do tend to slow you down, but just don't give up. And that's the main thing.
And it really is. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, do this, and I'm gonna, keep moving at it. And just the whole purpose is, it doesn't matter how slow you're going. Remember that. Because you don't want to just throw things out there that aren't quality material or good music. You don't want to just throw stuff out. You want to take your time and you want to do it right. You know what I'm saying? And you want to keep pushing towards your goals. But a lot of people, if they don't, they'll just give up and say, oh, well, I didn't want to, and I'm like, really? Like, you put 4 or 5 years into doing this, wasted all that time already, wasted, you know what I'm saying, money. And you can't, that's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yes.
Because once you start investing in yourself, you're the most person that should invest in themselves. You know what I mean? You're the best person to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
So,
and the best person to do it is you. You can't expect for other people to you have to put yourself out there and let them know, hey, I'm the best. I does this. This is what I do. And be serious about what you do. And sometimes people got to understand you only get what you put in it. If I put 20% in it, that's all I'm getting out of it. If I put 100% in it, that's what I'm gonna get out of it. So that part right there is what people need to understand. If you don't see certain things happening, maybe because you ain't pushing as hard as you know you can. So don't expect to get certain things when things you're not doing things at the fullest extent.
Yeah, I believe a lot of people don't push themselves to their fullest extent either.
Yeah. It's some people, it take motivation through family, it take motivation through music. Sometimes it take motivation through friends. It's just like going to the gym. Some people work different by themselves than they work with other people. It's just different strokes for different folks.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm always saying. Like you've got to keep succeeding. So, what else do you think you're gonna finish out the year with?
Okay, well, right now, so I'm working on this other project called The Black Rose. I've been working on it for a minute. I got some real nice hits off of that one that I'm dealing with, and then I'm dealing with Special Delivery, which is the album me and Lil Flip on. So it's been like I've been trying to paste it. I've been getting different things. People talking about just flood everything. I'm like, I got a whole lot of music that I've been setting on, and a lot of collabs with people, and I had to put them out just yet because I'm trying to move, at a pace where everybody at least be able to remember some of these songs by heart and be able to know these songs. I mean, I come from a struggle. I come from a place of poverty, so everything I say is pretty much real. And it's good music, and I just want to make sure people get a chance to really get to hear it. So that's one of the things that I'm dealing with, having a lot of music and trying to figure out how to push it without flooding people to where it's overwhelming to people who's not paying attention.
Right. And that's the thing, and I tell everybody, don't just sit. I guess they feel now with social media and everything else in life that they don't have to get out there and do the street work.
Oh no, you gotta do it all. You gotta do we come from a place where we still push out the truck. We doing it street, and we doing it internet. We doing it all.
That's what you have to do. You have to do the both of them. You have to do the footwork, the street work, and you have to do social media. I know it's hard for a lot of artists, and that's, but when you get on that level, things will fall into place. You'll either have somebody on your team helping you. If they're not helping you grow or develop or elevate, then they shouldn't be on your team to begin with.
Yep, and I can give you a good tip, for anybody that's an artist that has ambition, that's serious about what they do. Okay, if you make you some flyers, make different flyers concerning things you're doing and what you got coming up every month. All these venues that goes on in your neighborhood, stop at them venues, even if you're not going in to check out what's going on. Go and drop off some flyers. Let people see you. Even if you throw it down on the ground or something around somewhere, people going to look at that. Mm-hmm. If they see you one day, they're going to be like, well, I seen that somewhere. So it's always good to stop at venues, even if you're not, invited, or if you didn't invite yourself or didn't buy a ticket or whatever. Go and talk to the people at the front, see if you can leave a couple flyers there. And if you do that, remember, it's always shows going on and stuff going on every week. So every week you could be doing, putting a new flyer out for somebody to see. Somebody gonna see it. And that's a good way to, market and put yourself out to a little bit.
Yep. I tell everybody, if you could get 100, you people worry about numbers too much. First of all, let me tell you this. I work with a DJ that goes to meetings and hears certain things, and he gives me little hints, okay? And first of all, if you people that are craving a label, okay, which in this day and age, you do not need a label to make money. Yes, it's beautiful to have a label, you know what I'm saying? But that I don't know. What do you think on that? Do you think it's better to go the label way or independent?
Some people, look at certain. The reason why people prefer labels, personally, like I said, I had to create my own label, but the reason why a lot of people prefer labels because they get that big boost, that video, that push, but, it costs. That's something like, I just looked at a couple of artists that you don't even hear no more. They still doing music, but they just can't put out their music. They can't even, all they can do is put out mixtapes. Far as even Lil Wayne, just dealing with his situation because he's, dealing with Cash Money and all these people. You're assigned to a person. That means you cannot go do no music nowhere else. And if they put you on the bleachers on that label, you have to sit on them bleachers for however long they want you to sit, 3-4 years, and you might want to come out. You might want to push. You might want to get, so labels ain't always so cool if you're not, constantly hitting number ones. Because if you don't hit, it's like, if this is how I look at it. If I give you $1 million, and, I help you put out your album, and I only make $500,000, first of all, you still got to make up that $500,000. I don't know how you gonna do it, but you got to make that up. Until then, ain't nothing else coming out. Ain't nothing else coming out, and this is just how labels do it. You still owe them money. They still losing their sales. They're not putting you back out. And they didn't put all this money up on you, and they expecting you to most definitely at least meet that mark, at least make the money back. But that's why a lot of artists, you hear they come out, then you don't hear them no more. And they was up under a solid label, but they ain't making no hits. Ain't nothing coming out, and if they don't make no hits, they go behind, they get put on the bleachers, and they can't go to nobody. They can't say P. Diddy might try to grab them, and they was just with Jay-Z, or they was with Chris or something. They can't even come out no more because, first of all, you're under contract. So if you do sell, if you go anywhere, I'm suing you. And you still got to make my money back, So it's like you're between a rock and a hard place. But there's a person like me, all I have to do is keep on grinding.
Right.
All I got to do is keep on grinding, and when it breaks, everything I put in will come back to me. It ain't going to nobody else. Ain't nobody cashing that check but me, and that's one thing about the independent game that's beautiful, and that's why some people that did finally, like, say, for instance, I look at people like T.I., he didn't even really want a deal after he got out of that first deal because he knew how big and how expensive it is. And if you're not giving me $20 million, I can make $20 million by myself now. I don't need your label to make $20 million. So once you already get known, that's what some people do. If you make hits and you know on a label, you got a certain kind of thing, then it's different. But after that, if you don't make that mark, you cannot most definitely, expect for things to happen for you. Being independent is the best way. That's the way everybody is trying to go. And there's so many people trying to get out of their contracts. It's like they going crazy. Some people, you kind of like hearing it. Like, let me out of this. I don't even want this no more,
And remember, you're in an industry, y'all, okay? Because we got to wrap this up. I got like 5-6 minutes before my next show. I already told her I might be 5-10 minutes late. But listen, the best, beautifulest thing about being indie too is it's all within you. You should already know your purpose, and you should already know what you got to do, and you just got to keep doing it. And every time you think you're elevating higher, there's going to be a boulder thrown like in front of you, and it's like, man, another some type of thing that tries to stop me.
Yes.
And you gotta go out for it all the time. You gotta, it's you're building your own future. And it's gonna be hard. Nothing ever said nothing was, and the music industry is just so oversaturated. There's just so much. But I know if there's people like me that'll still be out there, there's tons of people that'll be out there listening to music. Okay, and let me tell you, radios, everybody wants to. We won't even go on this because we ain't got time. But look, let me just tell you this. I don't even listen to radio in the car anymore because I listen to Spotify. I got it to go. You know what I mean? So I can listen to all my indie artists. I can listen to whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I'm feeling for the day. Okay? And the best thing I love to do is ride and listen to music. So, yeah. Let me tell you, there's so much internet airwaves that y'all crazy not to get your stuff out there, okay? When you see a following as a radio personality or host anything, when you get numbers and you see numbers on who's listening to that show or, you know what I mean, where, and you get demographics that tell you where your fans are, it's kind of cool being on this side of it. And as an artist, it's when you work with someone, you're also seeing that growth. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. And I've met so many artists from everywhere, Trinidad, and God, I've done some like really good things, and I'm happy with all that. Yeah, that was a rant. All right, so I need you to shout out again all your social media. And just remember Typhoon. You cannot forget Typhoon, okay? So when you Google Typhoon, it'll come. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so you can catch me on IG, that's Instagram. You can catch me as Typhoon I Am. So just Typhoon I Am. And on my Facebook is I Am Typhoon. You go to YouTube, Typhoon 1700, and I think I got another channel which is I Am Typhoon. You go to my YouTube, you see a lot of stuff about me. I got a whole lot of videos up there.
Yep.
More than one video, so I not only
He's
talk
also got
about
his website.
Yeah, and then my website is www.blockstormentertainment.com. So you can catch me on that. You can catch me on Twitter, and you can most definitely catch me. Like I say, I'm on iTunes. Just go to Typhoon P-Type. You want to hear that hear that album. That was my last album. Good music. That's pretty much a lot of my my little social sites and stuff. How to catch up with me, or you can just
I'm trying not to laugh. Because he loves his social media.
Just Google I Am Typhoon.
Right. That's why I said Typhoon. Put in Typhoon artist, and it's gonna whip up.
and that's spelled Typhoon. You know, so Typhoon. You type that up, you will see me. Barrier Artist, you know. And hopefully you'll hear more soon and on all these radio stations that everybody else is on and whatever city, state you in.
Well, just, ask for, right now we got France listening, Germany, Israel, so I'm cool with that. Like, I shout them all. I love my overseas fans. I ain't even gonna lie. I love it.
And most definitely shout out to the Bay Area. That's where, I got all my game from. Shout out to the whole
Cali
West
area.
Coast. Shout out to the East Coast. Shout out to the Dirty South. That's where my history comes from for this family. From New Orleans, Mississippi. Shout out to Texas. All the way to Jamaica and Africa. Shout out. Most definitely.
And Portugal and Haiti.
All of them. Even Paris and Italy.
Yeah, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Brazil.
Don't stop, And most definitely, I'm going to send a prayer out to all the people out there in Hawaii that might deal with this storm that's coming up.
And Trinidad made it safe pretty much. I already shouted out to Trinidad, make sure they were okay.
Yeah. It's a big storm about Hawaii.
God bless them.
I pray that them people that it just blow right past and they be good. You know what I mean? Most definitely.
Yeah. All right, y'all. And I'm going to get out of here, get on to the next show. But I want to leave y'all with Cocaine Epidemic again because, now it's going to be released. You heard it tonight. So give it a couple weeks and you'll be seeing it everywhere.
Right, most definitely.
All right, and we're out. And you want to introduce the song? And that'll be out.
I want to I introduce y'all the latest song with Typhoon and Lil Flip called Cocaine Epidemic. It's a very very powerful song. If you really pay attention to it, the words that's being said on there is most definitely that's what's happening right now. So check it out.
All right, peace, and have a great weekend, Ty.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Bye. And this is Cocaine Epidemic,
Typhoon,
everybody.
that shit they don't like us to talk
Go
about.
check it out. SoundCloud.
The truth.
We got
Spotify.
This shit
I
set
got
you
so many
free.
loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living.
We hustle hard for that paper, what you know about it? Give me a brick and watch me get some extra O's about it. My uncle smoking rocks, my cousin sniffing powder. When they withdrawals kick in, that's when they get louder. The rent due, but my mama 300 short. I stuck my chest like a man, had to play my part. The government, the biggest dope dealers on the planet. My countertops was wood, now everything granted. There's plenty junkies in my hood, they like zombies. That's why I keep a knife like Crocodile Dundee. What up, Bum B? We miss you, Pimp C. I had a pocket full of stones in my Grand Prix. In 9-5, I had a trap house in Belize. My own parents ain't know I trapped overseas. But dig this, I only hustle cause I have. I'm watching reruns of Bill Russ while I'm getting
I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. That yellow bass rock. It's been a cocaine epidemic. Getting money in the hood. In the Benz limo tinted. 150 for the quarter, 350 for the zone. It's been many days dealing with the Pyrex over the stove. Triple B leaning. Turning good hearts into stone. Look at Bobby and Whitney. A picture perfect turn code. My cousin smoking in public with one leg. His mind gone. They trying to catch me riding dirty with a trunk full of zones. Since 84 has been global. Like cancer slope. If it wasn't so many snitches, I wouldn't be a felon. Governors and senators and so cocaine driven. But in the fed to set up surveillance to see how I'm living. So free all my niggas that's locked up in prison who tried to find a better way, got caught up in the system. Since President Reagan has been about money, the birds been been flying and days been I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. I got so many loved ones trapped in it. So many found dead or in prison. Some became successful and made a living. Some gave up on life and some just living. It's a cocaine epidemic.
Alright, y'all. Again, Cocaine Epidemic, Typhoon featuring Lil Flip. And like I said, you're going to be seeing it everywhere. Okay? Get on Spotify. You're going to be seeing it in all these groups. You're going to be seeing it in the Geo-Target. So come on, like, let's do this, okay? I love that song, okay? I love the graphics for it. It was such a good presentation. But I'm going to get out of here. I got another show to do and then another one. After 3 hours, I'm going to be quiet all day tomorrow. Everybody around me is going to love that. All right, y'all. Have a blessed weekend. Don't forget, stay tuned in. Okay, that's the biggest thing. There's some great shows out there. Listen to them. You know, put your favorites. Follow Street Media Hype at TuneIn. Follow all the different other stations. If you go and look, you'll see where they're all at. Follow 258 Radio. Follow Hoodie. Follow Stop Beefing. Follow everybody that, you know, you got that music out there.